Now it's time to make video content that people cannot stop themselves from watching. Hi everyone and welcome back to my lesson 8, and in this lesson I'm going to be teaching you how do you make irresistible videos. So you know your content, you've done the headings in previous lesson, and now it's time to make video content that people cannot stop themselves from watching. This is the content that will then pull them in, will have a clear structure, will be done in a certain way using all what we know about human psychology and how people perceive content, especially in the videos. So let's get into it. And as always, just a quick reminder to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already done so. This is not the end. I'm going to keep coming out with 30-day lessons in different topics. So let's jump right into it. How do you make irresistible video content? All you need to do is know these 4 things. So I'm going to talk about each of these 4 things, and once you've all these 4 things sorted in every piece of content you make, you're already good enough to be seen by millions and millions of people. And these 4 things do not include what camera you're using, what software you're using. I use an iPhone 7 2016 model and front camera of that. You don't have to have a fancy equipment. You don't have to have fancy laptops and stuff. You can edit your video on your mobile as well. These are not the important things. We'll talk about formatting and all that stuff in the next lesson, but these are not the important things as much as these 4. So hence this lesson comes first. Number 1, eye contact. If I were giving you the entire lecture looking at myself in the camera, which all of you guys and most of the people around the world do, it would come across this. After a while, you'll be like, who is he talking to? And still, so many people, they upload their stories, they're looking at themselves in the screen, they're looking at how their hair is, how they're dressed, how the lighting is. That does not work, guys. You have to look in the camera. It's as simple as that. And I can't tell you how many people get it wrong. It's almost 50-50. Like 50% of people, even professional content creators are like who are creating so much content are not getting it right. But all those who are just starting, they're looking at themselves. And now, what is the best way to develop this kind of confidence? Because you will see that once you start looking in the camera, your mind will go blank. You'll be like, what was I going to say? What was I going to say? Because you're really not able to look at the camera and think at the same time, okay? By now, I make unscripted videos like this one, looking at the camera. So how did I develop this confidence and this practice? And so can you. The simplest is WhatsApp video messages. So if you have a group of friends where you guys are doing text messages and GIFs and even audio messages, just like once a day, make a habit of replying to one thing with a video message while looking in the camera. The best thing is you get to do retakes, because you're gonna record this video in looking at the camera and you're gonna like, it's not good, okay, cut. I can't tell you that I still have some of these videos. If I go like 2017 back in the group of WhatsApp, my same group of friends, 4 of us, there I'm blabbering in the video so much, and there's like and all that stuff. It happens with everybody. Just get in the habit, and then over time you develop the confidence of looking in the camera and talking. Now, number 2 is the tonality or energy. There's so many things I can talk about it, but this video will be 30 minutes long if I just tell you all the tonality tonal patterns. We'll not get into that. I'm just going to tell you about the energy. There are 2 forms of energy. One is no energy and the other is high energy. Okay, there is no middle way. It's easy to start from high energy and come down to an energy which is your natural center, rather than be unenthusiastic, dead, just out of energy. So just whenever you turn on the camera, that's for an Instagram story, easiest way to start. Whenever you upload Instagram story, just be energetic, as much energetic as you can. Why do you think Gary Vee, Tony Robbins, these big guys, they are so energetic? Because high energy clicks with people. If you're not passionate, enthusiastic, and all this determined about your content, people will not be. So high energy, as high as you can get. Third is the general lighting or the outlay. Now, you don't have to have a studio. You don't have to have the best lighting, but you need to have a lot of lighting. That's my entire message, because you'll see so many videos are in a darker way. Okay, there's one light on the face, there's like dark background, it's like fluorescent light, tube light as it is called. There's one tube light sitting, a person is sitting underneath that, loses contact with the person or with viewers immediately. You need to have a lot of light. You don't need to have a studio. You can have a white background. Again, my videos is where I started. These were not just like my wall behind or that blinder, but I had two lamps pointing here, and then one lamp behind pointing the wall as well. As much light as I could put in that room where I was living. Now, of course, I live in a different place and I can have a lot more lighting around me, which is again not professional. These are all still the usual lamps and stuff. But the point is, have a lot of lighting. Just have, like, if you can get sunlight, get sunlight. Just have the lot of glow. High lighting, people want to watch. Low lighting, people don't want to watch. And the last, but the most important, is the structure. Every piece of content, before you make it, should be outlined. It should not be random blabbering in the camera. Now, as I said that I make these videos unscripted, does not mean they are unstructured. Before turning on the camera, I know exactly what I'm going to talk about, and I'll start with, let's say, I'm going to tell you 4 things. Number 1, eye contact. Number 2, tonality. Number 3, the outlay. Number 4, the structure. Even if it's a random unscripted video, it's a structured video. And if you're watching it so far, you're watching it because you know exactly where the video started, how the video progressed, where you are at the moment. The most basic structure you can use, which I've used in my 100 episode 1 minute show, is, and because they're 1 minute, most of them, it's like 60 seconds. So structure has to be really, really tight. And so what I do is, first 10-20 seconds, identify the problem. Next 40 seconds, give the solution. Problem, solution, problem, solution, problem, solution. Okay, this is it. So the most simple structure is problem. These are the 2 things people do, 1 and 2. These are the 2 solutions that I can recommend, 1 and 2. Really go like that, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Or 1 problem, 1 solution. But it's really in a structured way, and you say up front, I'm going to share 3 strategies with you. I'm going to give you 5 tips. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really about the structure that keeps people engaged in your video, and especially if you're going for long form video, 10 minutes plus, then structure is the key to your video. These are the 4 things that you have to focus on. We're going to talk about the formatting and the heading and the subtitles all in the next lesson. That is all secondary. Video can do perfectly fine without a heading, perfectly fine without subtitle, perfectly fine even if it's a 3-minute video instead of a 10-minute video, or a 15-minute video instead of a 5-minute video, and all that. But videos don't do well if one of these 4 things are missing, or usually a combination of these things are missing. So you have an exercise today. It's not a worksheet, it's the actual exercise, because now we're getting into the real meat of it. You have to start creating content. And as the first exercise, you have to create a 1-minute video introducing your personal brand. So far, what you've done, okay, entire week 2 about finding your interest and the niche and personal brand idea, and then the previous lesson where you actually went into and started noting down the headings. So you know what your content is going to be by now. What you have to do is now make, let's say, a 1-minute trailer or 1-minute preview of introducing to the world what is your personal brand. Okay, and I'm going to give you an example. This example is of a trailer for my 1-minute show video. This was shot in somewhere in 2019, early 2019, and this was then I used for promotions and all that stuff. It got me many thousands, tens of thousands of followers over time. This piece of content is an example of looking in the camera, being high on energy. By the way, back then it was even more high in energy because 1 minute and I have to say a lot of things. So I had to be even more fast and enthusiastic. The backlight and all that, which is pretty much similar, just in the daytime. And lastly, the structure you will see. There will be like a clear structure to video. So here it is.
Hi everyone, I am Vikas Hassan, your host for the 1 Minute Show, whose videos you've watched over 3 million times in the past 6 months. For the past 15 years, I've been chasing experiences in life, whether that means jumping off the cliffs or diving beneath the ocean or just exploring the North Pole at -20 degrees. And along the way, I've been learning skills that have helped me to build online businesses so I can escape office forever, or learn various different sports, or just become good at communication and social skills. Last year, I traveled to 17 different countries, sometimes giving talks, other times just chasing my curiosities. To 1 Minute Show on Instagram, I share with you my uncommon learnings and strategies that will help you excel at everything in life, from achieving financial freedom to developing mental strength, increasing productivity, excelling at relationships, traveling the world, and just becoming what I call an alien player. So jump to my profile, follow me on Instagram, and I can't wait to share everything with you so you can apply everything in your life. And hopefully one day you'll be at the party sharing your stories and someone will get up and say, "You're a superhuman."
Now, as you've seen, I was so much more energetic, right? That was deliberately for a reason, because it was used for the promotion content as well, and it was all scripted, memorized, and all that stuff. The point is, be enthusiastic and be genuinely enthusiastic about your content. But all the 4 things were in that video you just saw. All the 4 things are in this video that you're watching right now as well. This is it. So your exercise is to make a 1 minute video like the one you just saw, to put it out there and introduce to the world what is your personal brand is going to be. If you're not confident about it, if you don't want to put it right now, don't do it, but still do it as an exercise. Don't post it later when you're ready, but still do it as an exercise. This is your start in making the first piece of content. In the next lesson, we are going to make the second piece of content, your first actual piece of content. And I will see you in the next lesson. I hope you've enjoyed this and you're enjoying the course so far. It's adding value in your life. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel so I know that you're with me in this journey. Stay safe and have a blast.